All righty, good evening, everyone. I'm so excited. We have a lot of awesome coaches on our call tonight. And of course, we have our featured guest, rock star, Greg Rex. But I'm Gina Ruby. I'm your certified health coach, your global director. And I want to thank Jesse and Karla and Katie and Shane and Mark for being on this call. And I think we have a couple, Jennifer may be joining us as well. But tonight's call is a little more unique because we want to show one of our best practices. So Greg is here from Toasty Tahoe, right, Greg? Toasty there. And we're going to spend the next 30 minutes just doing, celebrating, whoopsie, sorry, Greg, I just read your chat. Global Director Greg Rex. So we will celebrate Karla. And all of you have done an amazing job, so it's hard to pick one, but she was so close to senior coach last month, and I know that Greg's gonna have some really awesome things to say. And the best practice, one of our best practices is a celebration call. So we're gonna celebrate her wins and her success. And since Greg is part of my support team, I have Greg, I have Whitney, I have Dr. A, and Greg was available tonight. So I would like to officially welcome Greg Rex. So take it away.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi. I know a lot of you. I think, Katie, I'm trying to, it's hard to see. I don't know if I've met you before. I missed kind of.
I don't think so. Not yet. No, not yet.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you. Karla, we've met, but only a couple times briefly, and it's always been with a ton of other people around, right?
No, we've never met.
We haven't met?
No.
She's brand new.
Oh, my goodness.
February.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I thought I recognized your picture because Gina sent me your picture, and I go, I think I recognize her, but maybe I'm just confusing with someone else. And then who else do we have? We have, I know we have Mark on by phone. Who else is on by phone?
Sonia. Sonia's here. Yay.
And she's also
here.
Hey, Greg. How you went? I'll say Whitney. Gina.
Yeah, Whitney's hardly never by my side, right?
Well, whenever I see you, I think of her. And whenever I see her, I think of you.
Yeah.
I think Jesse's on too.
Oh,
I am.
Is Jesse 661?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, because I saw your picture. I got you now.
Hey, Jesse. Hey, Shane.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. So, thanks, Gina. We started the conversation with Mark bringing up some questions about, how people's perceptions really is really what it is people's perception. I think this is perfect. The celebration that we're going to do with Karla is hopefully going to illustrate what is very unique about the Take Shape for Life community and what we do. And how many of you agree it's not easy to tell people who we are because we're unique?
Mm-hmm.
We're not like anything else. We're not like anything else. And the problem is everything they try to compare us to is completely ineffective or missing key ingredients that make it ineffective. For example, who saw the big article on The Biggest Loser? It's been all over the newspaper. Anyone? Gina?
On the what?
Karla? Okay. The Biggest Loser. So I'll give you a quick summary.
That's all.
Okay. Well, New York Times wrote an article about it. JAMA did a study of the people who went through The Biggest Loser, following them 5 years out, and virtually all of them gained their weight back, and many of them more, and only one is healthier or has lost weight since The Biggest Loser and didn't gain it back. Only one. And so basically, as they studied their body mechanics, they found that after they've completed The Biggest Loser, this false environment, this fake support system that's temporary, right? And it's completely extrinsic. After that support system goes away, their behaviors come back and they fail quickly. And then what happens, because they lost weight the wrong way, with the whip and with the push and iron and all that stuff, they lost a lot of muscle. And so their metabolism, 100% of them had a lower metabolism after the show, 100%. And most of them never regained their metabolism. They just stayed kind of under the label because they didn't have the right system. So wrong system, wrong plan, they all gain their weight back. And now the article says, it's genetic. It's when you, now it doesn't matter. It's like a disease. If you've got this gene, just this kind of genes, you go through this process, you're stuck. You're screwed. And actually a couple of them one of them did bariatric surgery. So Dr. A was like, we can't let this message get out there that people think now that diets don't work. We've been saying that for 14 years. So diets don't work. So what does work? And so what we've started to do with our branding expert and with some of our training, how many of you have been on the boot camp?
Yeah.
Great. Almost everyone. Terrific. So I'm going to refer a little bit to the boot camp tonight as we refer to, because one of the things that Gina was talking about is one of the fundamentals of our training method is the apprentice, the journeyman, and the master. Has anyone ever, I know Shane is talking his language, anyone ever done anything like plumbing, anything where you have to go through a process to learn a skill set? You start off as an apprentice, right? And you're just learning the basics. And so what we have is we have this team method where you have somebody who's very seasoned. Me, I've been with Dr. A since the beginning, 14 years. I'm on the Alacrity team. I'm helping design the training for the company. I'm interviewing all the other globals and presidentials, and I'm on this SWAT team that's putting together this best practices. So we've created a formula for success, which is pretty cool. And we're teaching you guys that formula in boot camp, right? Well, the other part is that even if you give people the recipe, they still need the support system. And that social network of support is done through team coaching. And that's really what boot camp is all about. It's about team coaching. And one of the ways we do team coaching is we do celebration calls. We do mentorship calls, like goal setting calls. We do explore calls. So let's say you have a candidate. I bet you, let me ask you this question, Karla. Since you started sharing your story with people,
Yes.
have you introduced any of them to Gina?
Yes, I introduced one. I did.
Perfect. So that's an example of using your team as a part of the system, because now you see it as a bigger picture. So to switch into celebration, one of the cool things I'd love to do is go back in time with you, Karla. If I could ask you a couple of questions about your trilogy score, your healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. I want to ask you if we could go back to before you started Take Shape for Life, paint a picture for us as what was your score for healthy body back in January?
Oh, it wasn't healthy at all. I was at least 100 pounds overweight. My blood sugar was 400 on any given day.
Wow.
I had high blood pressure. I actually did Zumba 3 times a day, weightlifting 3 times a week, weightlifting 3 times a week, exercise every day, but kind of ate whatever I felt like because I thought exercise was it. And then decided to go on many, many different diets. Nothing worked. And that's where I thought I have to do something. I didn't know what else to do because I was a single mom with an autistic child. I'm a teacher, so I'm not rich. And so I thought, what am I going to do? And then my friend, Jennifer Herrera, she started losing weight. And I said, well, what are you doing? Because she's the same. We're very competitive. We work out a lot. That I never saw her lose just like me. We would work out and then we would go eat to celebrate our workout. So I was like, okay, why are you defeating the purpose? So then I thought, what are you doing? And she told me about it, and I thought, that's all you eat? And she said, yeah. And I feel full, and I feel great. And I'm like, and all I kept thinking was, that's all you eat? And she said, yes. But at that time, I thought about it for months, and then I thought, I have to do it. I have to. I don't have a choice anymore. 400 My feet started to go numb. I had horrible pain. Neuropathy was starting on my toes. And one day I woke up and I couldn't see, and because of the diabetes. And I thought, I can't live like this. I'm my child's only caretaker. I have to keep going. So I was desperate. I actually decided to do a double whammy. I joined and I decided to sell at the same time. And I was determined to do it no matter what. And I found I really love it. The food is great. I don't have to think about food anymore, which is such a relief. So healthy mind, my mind is not consumed with food any longer. I can consume it with all kinds of other more practical, more wonderful things. So I have a lot more peace. My friends actually commented that I don't cry all the time, which is interesting. I'm not upset. I was up and down with my depression, and that's gone. Let me see. I went from a size 18 to a size 10 since February.
Wow.
I lost 54 pounds so far. So people are starting to say things to me. I don't even have to say a lot. They just come up to me and they go, "What are you doing? What did you do? And are you on drugs?" No, I'm not on drugs. It's not a drug. It's a really great way of life. And I tell them it's not just the weight loss. It is, I feel better. I have more energy. And I had a lot of energy before I even it's a better energy because before it was a sugar energy. And sugar energy is just like you're hyper, you don't concentrate. It's just, you go all over the place. But now I have steady energy all day long. I'm not hungry. I don't have to think about, oh, I want that chocolate at the end of the day because the kids drove me crazy in class, or I don't reach for those things anymore. I have my snacks, and I have my snacks in my car. I have my snacks in my desk. I have my snacks everywhere just so that I'm prepared at all times, anywhere I am, in my purse. I do it every 3 hours. It is the best thing I have ever done, and that's what I tell people. And they tell me, "Wow, you are the poster child for this thing." So I hope I try to do the best I can. So, and I stick to it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So you've had a pretty major transformation, and it happened pretty quick, like since February what?
February 4th.
February 4th. Wow. So what would you, if you had to grade all the things we look at when we're doing our healthy body, is we look at our weight, our eating habits, our sleeping habits, our activity, and our quiet time, our relaxation time, and then our environment. So if you're going to give yourself a score from 1 to 10, what would have it been before Take Shape?
Probably a 3 or a 2.
Wow.
Sorry.
And what would you say it is now?
It's I still have a ways to go, but I think it's an 8 or a 7. Because I feel a lot better and I look a lot better.
Yeah.
To the point that people ask me if it's the same person on the pictures. They don't believe it's the same person. They think it's somebody else. So
that's called transformation, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's congratulations. And the other thing to transformation, what's unique about transformation is when you change, you don't go back. When you go from a caterpillar to a butterfly, once you change, you don't go back. And the way you do that is to really continue to do what you've been doing and plugging in, and just enjoy the ride and share it with other people. Because when you start sharing it with other people, you learn it at a higher level. You probably know this by what made you, I'm curious, because I did the same thing. I became a coach and a client at the same time. What made you decide to jump into the deep end with like that?
Jennifer is very persuasive. She told me this would be a great opportunity to make money and to help people. And we love to help people. So let's just do this together. Let's just make this a great team and start working together and encouraging each other and then encouraging our team. And I said, that's it. I want to do that because I think that teamwork is very important. If you have a group of people supporting you, helping you to achieve your goals, both in the business and personal goals, then you have it made. If you try to do it on your own and struggle, then you give up more easily. So it was great to have a partner to start with, and she was in, and I was in. I was in like Flynn.
Awesome. Awesome. You know what? And it is great to be able to integrate what you love, helping people. And if you're interested in health and wellness, like you are, obviously you want to learn more about it. You're doing a lot so far. You're almost halfway there, right? More than halfway?
Yes. Yeah, I went from 237 to I weighed myself this morning 183.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And and you know what your vision of your goal is, and you have your why. You said you realized that you're the caretaker of your daughter.
Yes.
And you realize that you've got to take responsibility for your body so you can be around for her, right?
Yes.
It's your son, Greg.
Oh, son, I'm sorry.
Okay. He's in the car and he's wondering whose daughter are you talking to?
He's in the car doing what?
He's in the car and he's wondering who's my daughter.
Oh. Well, this is so exciting because you've also changed your relationship with food, it sounds like.
Yes, totally.
Where it used to be something that consumed your brain and you said it took up a lot of your mental space. And now it's like it's fuel and you appreciate it, but it's not consuming you.
No. And
How
I
does
don't
that feel?
need anything. It feels great because I don't feel like I'm missing anything ever. And I know I say that to people and they say, well, what about this and what about that? And like, I can remember what it tasted like, the things that I enjoyed. And I also can remember the pain of not being able to put my pants on, or the pain of physical pain, or being out of shape, or being told that you're your son's grandmother because that's how you look. So that's not cool. So now I look better, I feel better. Every time I eat, I'm like, it's fuel that tastes good, it's good for my body, and what else do I need? My grandfather was a doctor, and he told me you have to eat to live and not live to eat. You know.
Good advice. Good
and
advice.
I understood that since he told me when I was 15, and now I get it. I really do. It's just food.
Now you get it. And you have a system to make it easy to fuel your body with healthy, optimal fuel while you learn the habits that you need to keep the weight off. So as becoming a coach, guess what you're learning? You're learning the habits you need to learn to guide somebody on their journey to transformation, right? Yeah. And the best way to learn is to do it. And you've got Gina, really one of the best coaches in the company as far as her skill set, her passion. I mean, she's like a great coach. And you've got everyone on this call cheering for you. Jennifer, I'm sure she's still cheerleading you, right?
Yes, she is. She's
very How cool that she got on board, did it for a couple months, and then you said, all right, enough's enough. I'm jumping in.
Yes. And she didn't pressure me either, which was great. She didn't make me feel guilty or feel bad or anything like that. And I kept seeing her transform, and I kept thinking, I think I can do it. I think I can do it because I had come to the end of where food was no longer something that was, basically it was like a drug. And I thought, I can't let this addiction kill me and kill my future. So when I say optimal health and I post those things on Facebook, I absolutely mean it. It is incredible. It is the most awesome journey I have ever been on. I'm so happy. I have spent so much money, energy, food consumptions. I've tried everything, Palo, Weight Watchers, you name it. I tried it. I've lost weight on it and gained weight back because it's not the same. I love that I'm able to, like Gina said, take a break from food, you know, like sugar and sweets and bread and all that. And then once I meet my goal, I can introduce a little bit back and, you know, choose. So it's like, I'm not losing. I don't feel like I'm missing out or losing on anything.
I love it. So this has been it exceeded your expectations, and you're not even there, and you're not even done yet.
Yeah.
Just imagine how good you're going to feel when I ask you your healthy body score and you tell me a 9.5.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. Yeah.
Right? I mean, what can you do? What can you do when you're so close to your optimal? And then let me ask you this: if we would, because I can tell your mood, your spirit, your passion for life, all these things are different with the new you, the new body. What was your healthy mind score before Take Shape for Life? And the things we look at is your healthy relationships, meaning and purpose in life, your engagement at work, your time for hobbies and fun stuff, and what else, Gina? What did I forget?
I don't have it up.
Oh, personal and spiritual growth. Your personal time and spiritual growth time.
I was probably a 4 or 5.
And what are you now?
Probably an 8, because I feel so much. It is such. I did not realize the burden of eating and not feeling well. I did not understand how much the diabetes was affecting me, because anybody could have told you I had a lot of energy. I teach kindergarten and first grade. I can jump really high. I could exercise for 90 minutes straight. Heavy duty cardio was very strenuous. However, doing all of that stuff, never really lost more than 10 pounds. Never ever dropped dress sizes. Maybe 1 or 2. Didn't feel good. My body hurt. My knees hurt because I was so heavy and doing so much strenuous exercise, and it was painful. It wasn't enjoyable. So now the flip side is, I still exercise. I don't do as much. I walk 30 minutes every day. I still do the weightlifting, but only 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time. It's and I've lost more weight and gained more muscle tone. My arms were almost as big as a waist. They were 24 inches, and now they've gone down to 14. My arms, it was like, what? That's crazy, because everybody said, oh, you're going to lose the weight, you're going to need surgery, to get rid of the bat wings. I have not encountered that. And I'm not yet there yet. So every so often I get upset with myself and going, oh, your arms are so fat. And I'm like going, but wait, in January, my arms look like somebody's waist. So I'm doing well. They look like arms now.
You are. And you've made so much progress that you're going to inspire so many people, just like Jennifer did for you, and by you, just remember, it took you a couple months. Yeah. So by you keeping doing this, that's part of the social network, the social magic of this community, is that when you start seeing Shane's success and he sees your success and you see my success, we have a very similar story, Karla, very similar story. I started Take Shape for Life, obese. I started a client and a coach at the same time. I jumped in. Mm-hmm. And that's happening more and more with Take Shape for Life, because we're sharing with people that we're not just a weight loss company. Going back to our very beginning conversation, we are an optimal health company. And if we're creating optimal health, then we're working on 3 areas: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. And so if we're really going to help somebody have that balance where they can sustain a healthy lifestyle, you can't just work on one leg of the stool. It's a three-legged stool, right?
Yes.
And you can see how they're connected. So what was your healthy finance score before Take Shape for Life? If we go back and we look at a couple things, we look at your abundance, which is your cash flow. We look at your money management. We look at your retirement. We look at your ability to handle emergencies, like, oh shoot, we call it money to minimize stress. And then we have like your vision money for your fun and your adventures and the bucket list things that you wanted to do. So if you're at level 10 on all those things, that's your optimal. Level 1 is terrible. What would you give yourself a score?
Maybe
Before
a 2 or a 3.
Okay. Has that changed at all?
Yes.
What would you give your healthy mind score right now, healthy finances score right now?
Probably a 4 or a 5, because it is getting a lot better, but it can do better, and I want to do better. I am. When I started, I didn't know I had to fill out the W-9 form, and so I didn't get paid for a while. And I thought I had to get a certain number of clients and get them to sign up to become coaches in order to get paid. So I didn't understand. And I finally asked Gina, and she said, no, just call them, and then they'll get you going. And they were so friendly, and I'm thankfully very helpful. And so when I got the money, I was so happy because I was able to take somebody out for dinner, just as a treat for them. And it made me so proud that it was a healthy dinner. It was one of my clients. I was showing her that you can eat out and it doesn't have to ruin your day or, your eating habits or anything like that. So it was just like, wow, this is great. I can really do this. It just made me feel really proud and happy. And so I can't wait to continue that because I really would like to be a blessing to other people. You know what I mean? I think ultimately everybody has their finances to help other people and help themselves, So, and I personally would like to help others to do better. I would love to just be able to give and not think about anything. I don't know. I was just like, I was thinking ahead and thinking, wow, this is doable. I can do this. And this is not overwhelming or anything like that, because I thought it just takes a few hours a week to plan it out and give myself track. And honestly, like I said, people just come to me. I really don't say a lot. Try to get them to do on the 3-way call with Gina. Some of them are resistant to that, but some of them haven't been. So I am thankful for that. And I have future people that are like, yeah, I want to do this. So it's really awesome.
Let me just tell you from talking to you, and I've helped in the last 14 years, I've helped over 6,000 health coaches start with Take Shape for Life. And I know what we look for. We look for the things that you have. You're hungry. You're coachable. You're following the program. You're living the example. And you're willing to share it with people, and you want to share it with people. And here's the cool part. You understand what a lot of people have a concept in their head. You understand, it sounds like from your language, that what a unique opportunity we have to be a coach, to get paid to do something so valuable, so incredibly important. Like you feel like this is such a gift in your life. For you to give it away to somebody, it's common sense. But to get paid to give it away, it's like, what? This is great. So the cool thing is that you have what we do have with our business here. If you're willing to dedicate a year or two to be an apprentice and to learn the system and learn the process, Gina and myself and Whitney can show you and everyone else on this call exactly what it takes to be able to earn $1,200 a month, $3,200 a month, 6 figures. The coolest thing about this business that's unique, very, very unique, besides our predictable transformation, you know, like Shane's story would be, just blow you away if you haven't heard it, just as much as you just blew him away. And Jesse's would be the same, and I'm sure Katie's would be the same. I haven't met Katie, but I'm sure it would. And Mark too. I mean, holy moly! I heard Mark's story. I was like, what? And these are guys that are super busy doing other major things, part-time, building a business, a couple hours here, 30 minutes there. And the funny thing is that with our business model, it's not uncommon to work 20 to 30 hours a week and make 6 figures. That's very predictable. If you're willing to work 10 to 15 hours a week, you can easily be an executive director and make $2,000 to $3,000 a month, part-time, couple hours a day, you know, here and there, 8 to 12 hours a week. And so what would your vision be like if you could say, what, I know you love teaching, right?
Yes.
But if you could work part-time, take Shape for Life, and maybe a year or two from now with our support and coaching and mentoring and teaching you the system, how to attract clients, how to support clients, how to get referrals, how to find coaches, how to support coaches, how to get them started. There's only 3 steps, really. Number 1 is you go through the process yourself. You're doing that. Number 2 is you bring others through the process. And number 3, you teach others to bring someone through the process. It's that simple. And we got the process. So we're just going to walk you through it. You stay on the journey. You lock arms with Gina. You keep going. So let's imagine a year from now that your healthy finances score could double like your other two. Your other two scores have doubled, like from a 2 to an 8 and from a 4 to an 8. So your healthy finances doubled too, from a 2 to a 4.
Yes.
All right. So what would level 8 look like with your healthy finances? If Take Shape for Life could fill in the gap from where you are at a 3 or 4 now, but Take Shape for Life could fill in the gap, what would that look like? How many hours a week would you want to work? What kind of income would you want to make?
I would like to make in a year, and this is a big talk, that I would like to make at least $30,000 a month, and I would like to put in at least 20 to 25 hours, because ultimately I would like to leave being a teacher, my education. I love teaching, but it is very time consuming, and I don't like where education is going at this point. Jennifer's my boss, so I will teach for as long as I can, and I love the students and I love helping them. But ultimately, I would love to travel more, and I would love to share more, and I think that this is a good fit for me to do that, to have a forum to share. This is like the most awesome feeling. I want to share it with anyone who's willing to listen. So, and it's getting to the point, I like this, and I like talking about this more and more, and I would like this to be my career in the future, at least
great.
in a year or 2.
So let me ask you this. What would the level of income from Take Shape for Life need to be for you to feel really comfortable that you can say, okay, I can retire and know that I'm doing the right thing for my finances and my heart, because I'm following my heart, but I got my finances to a level that's gives you that confidence?
I would have to make at least 6,000 a month, or 4,000 a month, between 4 and 6,000 a month, in order for me to be able to retire.
Great. So
because
Gina,
I'm also thinking about the future of my son, since he has autism. I would like to use the money that I make for Take Shape for Life really in the autism community to help set up businesses and even help for them to find jobs, because there's a lot of children that as they get older, they're going to become adults and go into the community, and they need productive jobs and they need to do something. And if you don't have money to help, you can volunteer, but there's no real help. I want to provide jobs. I want to
You
be
want to,
able to
you want to
impact
make
my community.
you want to have a structural impact, not just a temporary Band-Aid on the situation. You want to help them get into society and find work that they can feel good about, because you know that it's not about them making the money. It's about them getting into doing something they can start finding the groove, right?
And have a community around them that can support them and help them live in a community. I mean, because parents are kind of told, okay, well, they're going to be with you forever, and that's not fair, not for the parents, but for them, because it limits their life as well. And I mean, there's limited communities for them to go to live, you know, like established places where they can have. There's so few, especially here in the Southwest, and I would love to be able to start that. You know what I mean? There's so many things that I see this as an opportunity to impact my life, my child's life, and the community at large. So, I'm excited.
I hear it. All right. Thank you for sharing. And now I know your why, and I know what, as your mentor, what Gina and I and Whitney need to do to lay out a path for you to get there. So here's what I'm hearing from you is that even though you do love teaching, it's getting a little bit old, and it's also taking away from your time freedom, and you don't like the direction that it's going, but you want to stay there for another year or two. And when your take shape, for your big vision, your big, hairy, audacious goal is to make $30,000 a month as a business leader with Take Shape for Life.
Yes.
That would be an integrated global. Okay, so we can tell you exactly what size of business you need to do that. Integrated global. To get to the point where you can retire comfortably at $6,000 a month from Take Shape for Life, that's called an integrated business coach, a FIBC, a fully integrated business coach. And that will generate between $5,000 and $6,000 a month on average. And that is where you are a great health coach, but you've also become a great business coach, and you're able to teach 5 other people to be successful as a health coach and reach senior coach. Okay. So it's you getting into team, going from an apprentice as a health coach to learning those skills, and then becoming an apprentice as a business coach. And while we train your new coaches, the ones that you're bringing in, because most of your coaches will be like you, clients that had a great experience. And so we'll go back and connect with those clients that you're connecting with Gina and myself. And then we'll find out some of them might be ready to coach a month from now. And we'll start building your team that way. So we build it together. And then your real big why is, if you could be that successful with helping people with your Take Shape for Life business, that frees you up to do some cool things with the autism community and helping them find careers, find jobs that you wouldn't otherwise have the resources to do as a teacher.
Yeah.
Nor the time, probably, because you're working your hours as a teacher. So this is exciting, Gina. You want to? I'd like to just, first of all, congratulations for the transformation. You are well on your way to owning your life and really being in charge of your life and your future. You are so excited about your future, and I'm excited. I'm here to support you every step of the way. Right now, keeping it simple. You know, as far as what to do with your business, there's only one thing, Gina, that I would say as far as an action plan for her, and I'll just share this with everyone. In the boot camp, most of you guys are in boot camp, you recognize this. In the boot camp, there's this document called Simple Systems. And Gina, the only thing I think I would do is I would just go in here and start her walking her right through the new health coach email, step by step, almost, as if she's brand new. I know you've probably done most of this stuff with her already. Well, let's make sure that she goes back just so she learns the flow. And then I'd like to do a celebration call maybe in a week or two, and just see how things are going, Karla. Would that be okay?
That'd be great.
Gina, does that make sense as far as an action plan?
Yep. And the other huge action, because they've heard me say it already many times about convention, but can you share why that is the Super Bowl of training, and anybody who wants to do anything with their business and helping people get healthy, why it's super important to go?
Well, I think it's always important to consider yourself a professional. If you want to be the best in the field, then you have to sharpen your axe. You have to you have to learn from the best. And this is where we actually, for 18 months, myself and 5 other people started a blueprint for what would the optimal training, optimal product, optimal brand, optimal marketing, what would that look like? And we've been building it. And then about 6 months ago, we expanded the team from 6 to 30. So we took down all the top 30 best coaches and leaders in the company. And we said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And we boiled it down into the system. And the system is going to be revealed for the first time at National Convention in Austin. So not only is it a chance for you to connect and see the big picture and meet people and learn and grow, this is a historical event in that Apple, imagine Apple when they were called Macintosh. And then they were in the garage and they were trying to get this new product to market. And then they rebranded themselves as Apple. And then for then on, they've just been a whole new brand. That's kind of what's happening for us is we've gotten ourselves to where we are with our current system and our current methods. But those methods are not what's going to be required to take us to multi-billion-dollar, game-changing, planet-changing company. We're going to be, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, but I'm living the life too to prove it. I mean, I live in the forest. I work 25 hours a week. I make more than the highest brain surgeon in the country makes. I have no life or death situation. I get to help people like Karla and Shane and Gina transform their lives, and they pay me to do this. And it's like, I know what you guys have in your hands. Karla, you got.
Oh, cliffhanger. Are you guys there? Oh, stink. Stink. Oh. No.
All right, so we lost Gina. Oh, there she is.
Oh, here I am.
Are you back?
It was a cliffhanger. You said, Karla, you have something in your hand. What did you say that I missed?
Karla has the idea. She's seen the tip of the iceberg of what Take Shape for Life is. But when she goes to conference, she'll see under the water the 90% that she doesn't really see. That's true for all of you. But I think Karla right now, and I know this is true for some of you, I just don't have as much exposure to everyone on the call, but you see the pureness of what's available. Like, you see how special this is. And I want those of you that are a little more seasoned on the call today to realize that you don't, if I could tell you what I know, but I can't because of disclosures and non-disclosures and like serious documents that I can't talk about. If I could tell you what I know is going to be launched at convention, you would do everything, whatever it takes to get to this event. Period. End of story. Because it's going to be a pivotal moment, not just for Take Shape for Life. It's going to be a pivotal moment for our planet. And that's a big statement. But I'm fiercely proud and fiercely confident that we have nailed it, and we've got the best business model I've ever seen in my 30-year career of building companies. And this is by far the most impactful organization of leaders that's going to leave a legacy. So you want to be there. Gina, did I overdo it?
No, that's great. I mean, even if it weren't going to be all these bells and whistles, people still need to be there. But because this one is such a critical game changer, and I know Karla's interested in going and Jennifer is, and the key is to sign up now because there's going to be more coaches that want to go than there's space. And that's why I'm really reminding everybody not just to be a broken record, but I want my team there because I want them in the know. And when people go to conventions, studies show that, the statistics show that people go executive director, if they're not already, they go within 36 to 60 days after. If they're already ED, then it just catapults your business even higher. So it is the Super Bowl of training. It's a must go.
I'll be there. I hope to see all of you there. I know some of us are already signed up.
Yeah. Yay. Well, thank
Yay.
you, Greg. I know it's the top of the hour. Does anybody have any last questions since Greg is here that you want to, a burning question? Are you guys good? Okay.
I'm good. I'm just glad to hear what he has to say and how that celebration called. Very proud of you, Karla.
Yes, super.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and thank you, Mark, for being here, even though you're sick.
Yeah.
You're a leader. Leaders show.
Also a huge shout out to Jennifer too, because if Jennifer didn't step up, then Karla would have never had an example of someone to do it with. So a huge shout out to Jennifer too.
Yay, Jennifer. And she wanted to be on this call. She texted me. She got delayed in that board meeting that Karla told
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
very cool. Karla, congrats, Karla. Keep going. You're rocking it. And Greg, thank you so much. Gina, too. Thank you for your time and expertise and heart and just taking time out of your life to help everybody on this call. Very much appreciated.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure. I can't believe we get paid to do it.
I know. It's the funnest job on the planet, I swear. And whatever Greg and Whitney have, we all can have that. Whatever our thing is we want, it's not just a select few. The sky truly is the limit with helping America and the world get healthy. So, all right, everybody.
Yep. And Gina, thanks for inviting me, Gina. It was so great to connect with everyone. And Karla, let's circle back. I really want to talk to you in a couple weeks to see how things are going. So, Gina, would you arrange that for us?
Absolutely. I'll do it offline.
And then maybe next time we can get to know Katie a little bit, because I wanted to get to know her story too.
Yeah, Katie has a great story. She's another rock star. So super proud of her.
Thank you. That would be great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Guys, have a good evening.
Awesome.
Speak everyone else. Bye.
There you go.